Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. When we last left off, the party had just pushed off from Brawl, and we're getting ready to really get one of their first spacefaring adventures under their own power going. So I'm pulling everyone over to the map right now, or we are on the map. I'm pulling the game over to the map. Let's see. I am on the wrong layer. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and do our usual introductions again. From the top.
Hi, I'm playing Corporal Higgimus, who is a Giff fighter.
I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I'm playing Braxon, who is a human fighter.
I'm Levalithana, and I'm a, I can't say it, an elven wild mage.
I am Yeldin Sharpeye, playing a elf ranger.
I'm James. I'm playing Ockar, a human paladin.
I'm Lafdul, playing a specialty priest thief of Everin Elysia. Everin. I always get that name wrong. I shall be smited.
Just comes with practice.
Big bolt of lightning.
Alright, so before we really get going, I'm going to need some basic information. So let's go ahead and find out like what shifts people are going to be doing, so that I know who is going to be sleeping or resting in case something happens. Since you are going to want to get to the to your destination and have both of your spellcasters with your spells, I'm suggesting 2 12-hour shifts. I believe that's what I suggested last time.
Yeah.
We agreed.
Okay, so first shift will be Nor, and second will be Leva.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Okay.
In case you wonder what happens to me, I typed it in.
Who is going to be up on shift 1? Who's going to be up on shift 2? Well, let me put it this way first. Does someone want to be on lookout, or do you want to have crew on lookout?
I think if we have someone acting as an officer, they can still look out, even though the crew are looking out.
Well, I think Higgimus and Braxon should be on separate shifts, because obviously you should always have an officer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Totally agree.
And one other party member with them, I guess.
The reason why I'm asking about lookout is, obviously everyone's going to be keeping an eye out in general, but do you want someone's job to be specifically keeping an eye out for things?
Yes. Because we don't want to be ambushed.
I can't exactly volunteer myself, so I'm usually going to be piloting the ship or something, so...
Well, right now your plan was to get some additional healing in.
Yeah, I was going to heal everyone up, assuming it actually happens.
So yeah, I think everybody's going to be generally watching out, but it makes sense to have a lookout person or 2 people that's their kind of main duty.
We've got a weapon master, although we've only got one, haven't we? So we can't have a weapon master on shift for 24 hours.
He was meant to be on separate shifts for Higgimus, wasn't he? Because Higgimus can also use
right.
thing. So the weapon master goes on Braxton's shift.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, you don't necessarily need people on weapons all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The idea would be that if something happens, then you get the people... you can leave it loaded, but then...
Doesn't that strain it?
It's not too bad. I mean, you can periodically unload it and do some maintenance and stuff like that.
The
What do we
question,
call-
how many navigators do we actually have? I know one.
One, and you really only need one, because you don't need they don't need to be doing things all the time. They can make periodic checks and course adjustments.
Could
Yeah,
they
they
teach
tell
one
you.
of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be teaching me, I
yeah.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to be learning wild space navigation with his next proficiency.
I guess there's a thing, if we're going to have captain and first officer, do we sit in the helm room or do we go somewhere on the deck? Because our ship is kind of split up. There's the low bit that's above the helm room where it would kind of be useful to be able to talk to the helmsman.
To a certain
And
extent,
then,
positioning is not that big a deal. I
Right.
mean, if
well, the
if-
only reason I was thinking is if the captain or the first officer was in the area where the weapon is, we can look back in as well as forward.
Right, but what I mean is that to a great extent, you know, anyone who's on shift, they're going to be moving about all the time, doing their duties, with the exception of the helmsman, who has to sit in the helm the whole time. So positioning doesn't matter, just who's on shift and who's on lookout. Those are kind of the things that I need to know for determining, you know, who's immediately available in situations of combat and stuff like that. So I mean, like, if you don't need, you're not. It's not like you're going to be standing in one spot for 12 hours. You're going to be moving around. You're going to be talking with the crew. You're going to be doing various tasks that need to be done.
Yeah.
And you can easily reposition yourself by the time you get into close
Okay, so
range,
Braxon says to Higgimus, do you want me to take first shift or do you want to take first shift?
Let's see here. We're going to have first shift, then second shift, and then it'll be first shift again by the time we get to the base, right?
Yes.
Probably might be better for me to take first shift.
Okay.
And then I definitely think that we should have a crew member where it's kind of their job to keep a watch out.
Okay.
And make sure that person's not nearsighted.
Ockar and Yeldin would be perhaps good people as lookouts.
Yeah, I can do a bit of looking out.
Okay, that's fine with me. If
Question.
both of them want to do that.
What do you roll when you have to do when you make a check? Is that like a wisdom check, I suppose?
Depends on the
When you-
situation.
Well,
There isn't a specific like lookout check. The big thing is, if it's a crew member, then when something happens, I as the dungeon master say, your crew member says, I see something off the port bow. Otherwise, I tell, Yeldin, you see something off the port bow. That's a lot of what it's going to come down to. There may be situations where it's going to, where ability scores are going to play into it, and for general crew members, they're basically going to have a 9 or a 10 for any relevant crew stats. But the stats might vary. Might be intelligence checks, might be wisdom checks, might be something else.
Mhm.
So, do you want crew to be on watch, or does someone I mean, to a certain extent, a lot of it's going to be more interactivity. Depends on what kind of interactivity you want.
if no one's doing anything, we're always going to opt for a player to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take the second, keeping an eye out if Ockar's going to do the first.
Okay, so you're on watch on second shift. Ockar, you want to watch on first shift?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, let's see. Lafdul, do you want to be active on first shift or second shift? Right now, second shift is Leva, Yeldin, and Braxon. First shift is Ockar and Higgimus.
Split the party as evenly as you could be on the first.
Okay.
I assume that. How injured is everyone currently?
Let me have a look. I think I'm fully healed.
I
up.
needed to rest in order to get the first lot of spells available, so I might have to take the second shift.
Yeah, maybe you two should swap.
22 out of 20 out of 16. 22 out of 26.
I mean, if you want to rest first, then yeah, I can put you on second shift. It's not going to matter too much.
I'm at 19 out of 25.
The big thing is whether you know, if you're not on shift, that means you're not in your armor, and you're going to have to put your armor on, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Braxton's on
leather, so.
Braxton's on 24 out of 32. The other thing about if you was on first shift, if you was on first shift and you rested, could you get spells and have spells again on your next first shift?
Yeah, I mean, he's not piloting, so there's plenty of time for him to cast some spells and then get rest again before you get to the your destination.
Because that would allow you. I'm just thinking that would allow you to do healing and then to have some useful spells.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the first 8 hours, you're going to be resting, regaining your spells, getting new spells, and then for the next 8 hours, you'll be doing healing, and then for the third 8 hours, you'll be resting again, and you'll be good to go for first shift on the second day. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you won't technically be on shift since you're going to be sleeping for the first part of... Alright. Just need to know these things for,
RNGesus.
random encounters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could just find it's like there's a full suit of plague mail just lying off the port bow. That's how FTL works, right? That's the similar thing, right?
Oh, you can definitely find debris that hits your ship, and it might be plate armor, or it might be a mimic. Alright.
It might be an undead Scavver.
Let's see. I believe that I wrote down the navigation score for...
The NPC.
Yeah.
It's gotta be pretty good because it's a Navy one.
I did not. I did not. I got their stats, so I just need to look up the thing. Let's see. All right. Yep, that's fine. All right. So, this navigator knows exactly what they're doing. He is he's a human male. Very, his uniform is quite neat and everything like that. He's got a little bit of a graying hair. Otherwise, it's black, so it's kind of a salt and pepper hair. He's takes a look at the chart that you got and makes some measurements. He informs you that the destination that you're going is a little bit odd in that it's not on the plane of the ecliptic. It's actually fairly significantly above the normal plane that most of the objects in the system orbit in. Not so much just a few hours kind of thing, but he notes that that's enough to basically keep it off of most major patrol routes and trading lanes. So it's a pretty good place for a pirate base, he notes. And these types of places are substantially less searched and observed. So it, looking over this chart, he's not at all surprised that people would have missed it, whatever it turns out to look like.
Is there any difference between flying in that area as compared to the normal plane?
No. It's just a matter of you're going to be basically doing a bit of an ascension rather than, just flying straight and in line with Brawl.
Doesn't affect anything, though.
No. It's more of just a case of this is why, this is a pretty good reason why no one has ever discovered this place before.
Caught them yet. Yeah.
Too many people think in 2 dimensions instead of 3.
Yeah, but I mean, there's certain reasons for that, in that most stuff is essentially 2-dimensional here. In that the vast majority of the planets are orbiting in the same plane, roughly.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just, essentially why it hasn't been discovered so far. Alright. Let's go ahead and get moving.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, right. Farad Alanoff.
Fuck.
Someone for Higgimus to write down.
I can pop it into the chat if you want in just a second.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Alright.
He's not going to be a permanent navigator. He's a temporary one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just temporary. But you might want to know what his name is so you can call out to him and stuff.
Yeah.
Rude not to.
Stuff, hey, you navigator.
Hey, you, Giff. No, the other Giff.
No, this is not the GIF.
No, I was referring to Higgimus and the Weapon Master.
Oh, the GIF's name is Private Runthus.
Private?
Yeah, he's a private.
Wouldn't it be like a corporal's up and that's when he starts specializing?
It doesn't quite work that way in GIF society. Everyone has a rank, and that basically determines who can order who around, where they are. But that doesn't necessarily indicate their expertise and stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and see if your trip is going to be.
Oh, when we get onto the ship,
Yep.
I break the bottle of champagne onto the hull.
Oh, all right. Let's see.
That's going to cost you back like 25 gold, maybe? Or
I've
50?
I've already bought it.
Yeah, he already bought it.
How much was it?
Yeah. Oh,
it was like 25 or 20 something gold.
All right,
You'd have done that before we went to bed, wouldn't you?
Your crew get a +1 morale boost for the next day.
Yay.
And then the ship collapses if you get to hit it too hard.
Just in that right spot, the ship was just that much weaker.
Well, because it was a gift doing that, he hits it really hard on the nose, and it actually pushes it out of dock, and it drifts away, and now you're without a ship. Sorry, game over.
I stare longingly at the ship and just kind of scratch my head.
A single tear goes down the side.
I was actually going to say something when you all talked, because I was going to ask Higgimus whether he didn't want to give the bottle of champagne to an elf.
I'm sorry?
I'm a bit lost, but...
Whatever.
Is Leva a little bit of a lush? Is that what you're saying?
What?
I am so confused now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Let's move on.
Yep. All right. So you push off, and the first few hours are uneventful. This could be an entirely uneventful trip. So move on to the next one.
I strongly doubt it.
I believe it arrived.
So this is a fairly dense asteroid belt that you're traveling through. So you are periodically dropping out of Spelljammer speed as you come close to, tumbling bits of rock. Sometimes there's settlements on them, sometimes not. And then you bypass them and get back up to spelljamming speed. It's fairly normal for anyone who's traveled, fairly extensively. It's not. You're not dropping out of spelljamming speed long enough to make a significant impact to your trip, however.
Does that wake us up?
No.
Those of us that are... Right, okay.
No. Okay, about half the day has gone by. You get your shift changeover. So, Leva, you go ahead and take a seat on the helm. Nor heads to his bunk to get some sleep. Let me see if you're going to be a...
This is when all the Scabbers arrive and I have to punch them.
I will salute off Braxon and I'll say, all is clear. The bridge is yours.
Thank you, Captain Higgimus.
Yeah.
Braxon snaps a salute.
Uh-huh.
Alright, Leva, it doesn't actually make a difference to your tactical speed, but you are actually operating as a one level higher.
Okay.
Oh, did you roll wild magic surge on her?
Level variation. Level variation can cause a wild surge, which we will see what happens if that ever hits. But
Happens.
level variation. Level variation is perfectly normal. All right. Trip continues to be uneventful. Okay, it is nearing the end of second shift.
Uh-oh.
And let's see.
Guess it would be when I would have had all my healing spells ready.
Actually, you would have healed everyone earlier. You're currently asleep.
Can we assume that we are at full now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just wouldn't have spells. How long have I been asleep for?
I'll figure that out in just a moment.
Yeah, after the rest of us are eaten by Scabbers.
You got this, Braxon.
Good thing. I was on second. Okay.
It's
Braxon,
me and Yeldin.
Braxon, let me know your last words so I can pass them on.
Anyways.
Okay. You slow down to tactical speed as you're passing by a cluster of asteroids, and as you do so, the lookout in this case is going to be Yeldin. Yeldin, you see off in the distance a strange spherical object. It looks like it might be covered in spikes of some sort, and it has a tail structure on it. And you see it turn and begin to move towards you.
I'm gonna point it out immediately. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Does it look like a Scavver?
Looks like a goblin porcupine. Battle stations!
Oh, goblin porcupine. Yep.
You would not recognize it as a goblin porcupine, Yeldin, but
Braxon or whoever else is with me mentioned
Braxon.
it. So.
Yeah, Braxon, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Sorry. Okay. Let's see if I'm clever enough then.
That's what you heard it in a tavern and you remember it.
12.
Higgimus would know what it is.
Higgimus is asleep.
Higgimus would know exactly what it is.
He'd probably get really mad if he saw it.
Right.
What?
I blew up his last ship, I think.
Yep.
So, where on earth has my intelligence gone on the sheet? I'm not intelligent enough to find my intelligence score, so I think that's a fail.
If a character can't find his intelligence score, it should be assumed it's a 0 or something.
If you have 0 intelligence, I think you're automatically dead,
Whoa.
though. So.
Well, 1.
I was on the wrong thing. Accidentally moved
Mine's
the
only
grid.
Mine's only 13, so...
Braxon, your intelligence is 14.
Oh.
All right, yep. You've never actually seen a goblin porcupine, but you've heard stories, and this is fitting the stories.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and bring you over here, and I believe I have an image that I could show you.
I hate having to keep on zooming in, out, in,
There
out,
it
and
is.
out.
Okay,
It's a
no, I
fair
can't
far
actually.
away.
Yeah, well, they do start out fairly far away. All right, so you guys are here.
Just a moment, I don't see anything.
That's because no, I did bring you over.
Yeah, I'm on the thing. I can see it.
Unless I'm zoomed out.
Yeah, you have to zoom in and find the right place and
Yeah.
zoom out first.
Oh,
Yeah, this is something that you'll want to be zoomed out.
there
for.
we go.
No tokens?
You should be able to see.
2 tokens.
I see it now.
Where do
Yeah,
you
zoom
see
out on it.
Where do you see the token?
How
If you
much-
zoom out,
How many hexes can we move per turn this time around?
Just one.
Still one?
No.
That was what, 3? Oh wait, it's a minor helm though, so
Yeah.
okay.
Wait until we're all on the same page before we start doing moving. Because I think
Yeah.
Leather's still not here yet. So.
Are you still trying to find it?
I can see the icons, I can see the shapes.
Okay.
So far I'm okay.
right. So what direction are we going in?
You are currently going in this direction. So it is ahead of you.
What direction? I didn't see that.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't? All right. So you are currently heading towards this hex. So you're heading towards the left.
Nope.
No. Didn't see
Because I'm zoomed out now, I can't see anything.
Look,
Right, let me zoom in a bit.
can people see that? 'Cause that's my ping.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
I
heading
can
in that direction.
Alright.
You're not seeing my pings.
No.
Were you guys seeing any of my pings at all? Were you getting pulled?
No.
No.
Oh, that's why. I'm on the wrong layer.
Aha!
As
Right.
usual.
All right,
You
so
gotta keep an eye on what layer you're
you're
on.
going in this direction. Do you see that arrow?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what heading has the goblin ship got? Or the porcupine?
Basically this way.
Intercept.
Yeah, it's intercepting you.
Right.
All right, let me see.
So who is awake by now?
Well, right now, just the people on the second shift. Let me actually make some.
Yeah,
notes
so that means that
because-
me and Higgimus are asleep.
And me. He'll be going to be very grumpy.
Does Higgimus have medals on his pajamas?
Yes.
That would be awfully uncomfortable.
Doesn't matter to him.
You put padding behind the metal so that they don't rub against your chest when you try to sleep.
He's
but
got that
you'll
thick hide. It
crush
doesn't
them.
matter.
I
Good
don't
God.
think Higgimus has earned any medals in the Giff army.
You'd have made some up.
Don't you just have such a sort of an artificial front, like an artificial shirt, so you can put it over your neck and your clothes? You know,
An
so
artificial
you never have
shirt?
to wear, so you never have to worry
Okay,
about
it
the
was
medals.
there.
Oh, yeah, you strip them off. I've heard of them, like a tabard kind of thing.
Oh, where is the porcupine?
If you zoom,
There
I'll
it is.
I'll ping it in a second if you guys can't see it.
I've managed to center my screen on 2 of us.
Okay.
So we're heading to, our goal is to head towards the porcupine. Don't know how fast it moves yet. We can only move one. We can either turn or move 1 hex.
Correct.
What's the range on the heavy ballista?
The heavy ballista is going to be wrong thing.
Do we know that Higgimus?
Because I would assume the heavy weapon, the other Giff is awakened on the second shift if Higgimus is asleep, so he can operate the weapon.
Yeah, he would be. Heavy ballista, range of 6, because I'm using the same ranges for all heavy weapons.
Right. So is that
Did
a
we get
range? So
heavy? I thought we had 2 mediums or something like that.
Nope,
Can't
you've
remember.
got a heavy.
No, we have a heavy with a turret, so it can shoot in all
right.
directions.
Go ahead and remove all turns.
Where is who has supplies for those bolts written down?
We got plenty. Don't worry about it.
We
We're not gonna
keep
run out.
track of. We should still keep track of them because we might need them for the
Yeah,
next
we
combat.
keep track of them.
Okay.
I didn't see our tokens to click on to do the initiative thing.
Yeah.
So
You're
then-
not because we're
it
gonna
won't
be. It's gonna be
matter.
ship based right now.
Okay, cool.
It won't matter until we get into melee distance. Okay, so I'll ask
Oh wow.
Braxon on how exactly what does he know about goblin porcupines?
I've just heard basic details about them when I've been doing shipwright stuff. I know they're spherical and they've got spikes on them. Not sure
So
exactly what the spikes do.
Will they ram us?
Give me an intelligence check, Braxon.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't get.
A 1.
Okay. You know that porcupine ships are very, very famous for having exploding mines on some of the spikes.
Okay.
So they're gonna ram us.
Are
Gotcha.
are the spines range? So can they shoot them?
No,
They're from. These are from the first Unhuman War, so these things haven't been seen for ages.
Is it an undead
They
ship?
were. They're not. They haven't been. They're still common-ish. They're not a great ship design. So basically, only goblins use them, and that's only when they can't get something better. But
and they're gonna, and if they have if this one does have exploding bits on it, they're gonna ram us with the ship most likely.
Maybe.
Are those spines range? So that do they shoot them, or are they just in melee range?
they're ramming.
Okay.
Okay, crew, keep a lookout for those spikes on that ship. If you see any that look like they have mines on, we need to take them out.
Okay, so in this situation, Braxon, you will roll initiative for your ship.
That would be. I thought that would be lava, but okay.
No, it's going to be based on the captain, essentially.
Or
Mustang the crew.
mad
Shall
at
I
the
just
moment.
roll a d20, or do you... Oh, it's d10, isn't it?
It's going to be
D10.
D10 plus 12. Let me double check to see if your crew have any modifiers.
What
no, they
type
don't.
of crew we got? Average.
Yeah, you got average.
I think we got the average.
Yeah, so it's 1D10 plus 12.
Plus 12. So that's for the ship, is it?
Yep. And of course, lower is better.
And that's not low.
That is not. All right, go, see if you can modify the number in the turn order.
Yeah.
You're panicking, you're stumbling, you know exactly what it is. Just like,
Yeah, if you can select the token, you should be able to modify the turn thing.
Yeah, I can. I just need to unselect it so that it takes my number.
Push enter. Hit enter.
Aha!
Okay. All right, so this is what the turn orders are going to consist of. You've got an SR of 1, so you can move 1 hex. At the end of your turn, you can make a free turn of 1 hex face.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do another turn, you can spend 1 point of SR. So instead of moving, you can essentially make 2 hex face turns in a turn.
Which is what the porcupine did.
Well, no, I was just reorienting them to be in the appropriate direction. They didn't actually.
Oh, because
yeah, no, they moved, but that's because I hadn't set them up properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
or
that
did
wasn't
already
a-
say they were going in that direction.
Yeah, I was just turning it so that they actually do look like they're going in the direction that they're going. That's all.
So we're forward facing right now, that means.
Yes. And actually, let me see if I can do something else. Flip.
Put it away. The 13 hexes away, so we only get one move, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, they're going to make their move. And they just move one. They're not making a change. Let me double check what they've got on their weapons.
Yeah, I was going to ask what do I see any sort of catapults or...
You can't yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, they are far away, even with elven eyesight. It's pretty hard to see that far away.
Yeah, but I
Braxon
kind
know if
of...
they're armed.
I kind of fudge a little bit. There's kind of a magnifying effect in wild space. It means so that when you enter
If I had
a crystal
spyglass.
sphere. Well, yeah, if you had a spyglass. But one of the reasons is because when you enter a crystal sphere, if you go by strict physical, real world vision rules, you would be able to see virtually none of the planets. That's not fun. You should be able to see all the planets. So, the way that I play it is that there is a slight magnifying effect to wild space, meaning that when you enter a crystal sphere, you can see all the planets. Technically, you probably should have a very difficult time seeing this ship. It should be like a tiny, tiny little speck. Because keep in mind that these hexes are 500 yards. So this ship is technically miles away from you. But you can see it
enough to drop us off out of spelljamming speed.
Yeah, well, you actually dropped out because you came close to other rocks, and I'm just not putting them on here right now because I don't think they're gonna play a role.
It'd be like looking at a tadpole across the side of the room. That's what you're looking at. It's so small.
Yeah, but it's like I said, there's a magnifying effect, so you can clearly make out the shape, but you can't yet see like crew and stuff on the deck.
Well, it's spherical, so I don't know. It looks like there's no outside to it. It's all internal, basically.
There might be another one, we haven't seen. Hidden behind some rocks.
Lafdul had a question I think you missed, Ald.
Okay.
He said
I
asked
did.
if Braxon will be you asked if Braxon will be able to see if there were weapons on the ship.
Yeldin
but I
was
don't
also
think
asking
we will.
about that, and I said that you can't see them yet.
Yeah.
Well, no, based on history, if from stories you've heard that they typically come with these weapons.
Well,
Is
the
that just
problem
the
is
mines?
the problem is they've got spikes on them anyway, and if the spikes have mines or don't have mines, you wouldn't see that until you were a lot closer.
And
I
in terms
believe.
of other weapons are extremely variable, and especially when you're talking about leftovers from the Unhuman Wars. Got some background noise there. Okay, so it is your turn. What are you guys gonna do? Keep in mind that right now, Ockar, Higgimus, and Lafdul are all asleep.
I'm sure they're being woken up right now.
I don't know.
Braxon did say battle
stations.
Okay, did you
Braxon
have
did say-
like a bell or something?
You got a whistle. Use a signal whistle.
Yeah, we got whistles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay then.
You could have.
Do you think that's going to wake somebody up?
It would
no, but
start waking
what he
everyone.
does? He'd be far louder because if he did that while we were listening, it'll cause our ears to bleed.
Most sailing ships would have like some sort of bell or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you
imagine
gonna
that'd
ring the
be
bell
a bell.
to rouse everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Braxton already said battle station as soon as he saw the porcupine. Well, as soon as Yeldin said there was a porcupine.
Okay.
Is it typically on the equivalent of a crow's nest, like up the top, when they need to get attention to everyone?
The
No,
ship does not
we
have a
don't.
crow's nest.
No, I was
Not
just
at-
curious on normal designs.
If it was like the ship that we're going to be escorting the galleon, yeah.
The bell would be attached to the mast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's such a thing as normal when it comes to Spelljammer.
Of course not.
Oh,
Okay, so you're basically you're ringing the bell to rouse rouse everyone. All right, so that's gonna rouse all of your crew members. And would you have instructed them to don armor if they weren't already wearing it? They normally wear leather armor.
I would say that we haven't discussed this in game, so I'd leave that down to the
but
people.
there was some talk earlier about preparing the ship and going over some basic drills and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we probably would have suggested that.
Yeah, so
Probably would.
would you have asked them to get on armor, or would you say just
Yeah.
get to your stations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Armor is
is
better because
important.
if you're going to have a fight, you're just going to die.
All right, that's fine. Let me double check something.
So for melee weapons, do they use sword and shield or just sword?
Just
short
short
sword and
swords.
short bow.
Yeah, short swords and short bows.
Okay. Probably get them sealed with only using one sword.
Okay, and
Yeah,
that
single-handed
means that
proficiency.
Ockar and Higgimus and Lafdul, you are waking up.
Okay.
If you're
I
going
am
to don
grumpy.
armor, it's going to take time.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to don armor.
Do I have any spells?
I don't wear armor, so I'm just gonna put my coat on and get my hat. Put my hat on.
Okay.
Higgimus
Lafdul,
wears
you would
something-
have you would have your spells.
How
Ooh,
close
well,
is
some of them.
How close is Braxon to the cabin where Higgimus is?
I don't know where the layout is of the ship.
You would have been on deck.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I'm just thinking Braxton could just run back, open the door, and shout, "Goblin, porcupine." 55.
Typically, since you're on you're in command right now, you would stay in command. You could send someone to go inform him, but you would not do that yourself because that would essentially be leaving your station.
That's good call. Right, I'll grab one of the crewmen whose name I have not been told yet.
Yeah, no, they're all nameless.
I wonder how long that's gonna last.
Go inform Captain Higgimus that we've got a goblin porcupine ahead of us, moving in on an intercept course.
Okay, so that'll be the next round. You can go ahead and move the ship now.
Right. So am I moving the ship?
Yeah.
So
You can move one hex.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm thinking probably move forward one and then turn this way.
I thought Lever might be moving the ship, seeing as she's the one providing the power.
Yeah, but
The officers do it.
the helmsman, you got a chain of command. They follow the directions of the captain.
Yep.
So do you want to turn as well, or are you gonna just keep going straight?
Because the porcupine's gonna probably go down. So if we turn this way, we're still heading towards them-ish, closing the gap so we get in range. But
Make
at
it
the
as
same
an
time,
in-game
we're
suggestion.
keeping-
Yeah, if you're making a suggestion, then you need to be role playing that out as all
right. Never mind
Braxon, turn the ship or something like that. However you want to do it, and then Braxon, if you agree or don't agree, you should find out what you think his reasons are and stuff like that. Role play that out.
But Braxon, where do our weapons point to?
We've got a turret, so the weapon can point in any direction.
Yeah.
Okay, Lever, keep moving towards it as if we're going to intercept them, and then we might swerve off at the last minute.
Yeah, but we can intercept them at several points. You see, we could intercept them by. No, not like that. That won't be an
I was
intercept.
thinking
An
like
intersect would be something like this, for example. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can assume that they probably, if they want to come towards us, that at some point they will go something like this. So if we go here, like Yeldin proposes, or did propose at some point,
Yeah.
that would actually be okay, because then we could go on from here to here, and we could go closer to them.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely more likely to come into combat if we turn into them.
I'm just wearing my armor.
You know what we could do if we turn right to
Right.
this. If we turn towards this square, sorry.
Play.
Well, if we move towards this direction, then we can see whether they turn towards us or whether they carry on moving away from us.
Old? Did the ship already move towards us?
Yes, it did. It moved
your
one.
last
It moved one hex forward.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was moving in a direction already.
Yeah.
So
No,
if,
because before we started this combat, Old actually said that the ship turned to move towards us.
Yeah, prior to combat starting, it moved. It turned in your direction.
right, okay.
So they want either want to come to look at us, or they want to come to and fight us.
Well, we
Yeah.
need to turn. We
So-
already moved. We have our turn here, so
So how long does it take to turn a ship from facing this way into facing this way?
All right, so at
We're gonna
the
get
end
one
of a
free-
turn, at the end of a ship's turn, it can always move one hex face. You can spend a single point of SR to turn one hex face as well.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter where we move to, because we will always be on an intercept course.
Yeah, right now you're on an intercept.
So we could literally go here, and they then could go here or here, and we'd still intercept somewhere around here.
They're matching us, basically.
Yes.
We-
So it doesn't
then
matter where we go.
since-
We have it's not
well,
easy
we need,
at the
and
moment.
since we need to go this way, we can't just avoid them either.
One thing where it can make a difference is we can either head directly towards them,
Mhm.
or if we turn away from them, we might intercept with them later, which might give people more time to get ready to fight.
Well, that's
So I say let's turn in this direction. That's it. Let's turn in that direction, because it will give us a bit more time before they get close to us.
Yes, okay. Old, how much actual time do we use to get from one hex to another? In terms of people who are downstairs getting themselves into armors, how many hexes movement would that be?
It's one round. It's standard
It's
AD&D
standard
combat
minute
time.
round.
So let's say by the time we're here, everybody's in armor and ready to come upstairs? Or already upstairs?
It would be
Well-
to here.
Hey, I'm asking-
Lafdul.
Yeldin, she's asking me.
Sorry.
So it depends. Your crew will be, all of the crew and Lafdul will be up on deck for the not next round, but the round after.
Yeah.
Ockar will be following that. Lafdul, no, there's no real help you can assist to speed up donning splint armor.
So that means that no matter where we move, we always have enough time to get everybody into armor and upstairs. Because even if you go straight forward, these guys can only move the same amount, so at most they'll be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have anyone with heavy armor of multiple pieces, pretty much. So
Braxon? Your call.
Yeah, I'm saying we turn in this direction.
Do you want to go here?
Yeah, we've already moved to square.
you can
We're
turn.
just changing face.
Yeah, you can turn.
We're just changing face.
Okay.
We already moved.
All right, you should be able to click on
you
the
click it
token and turn it.
And then you
Oh, can I?
click the little
Okay,
you click the little icon at the top, the little
like that.
thingy at the top there.
Okay.
After you click it,
There you go.
there you go.
Sorry, I didn't realise I had to do that.
No, that's fine. All right, go ahead and roll for initiative again. Just 1d10 plus 12.
Okay. Let's hope we get a better number this time. 21.
Nope.
No, it's exactly the same.
All right. Let's see. It is just going to move 1 forward. And then you can go ahead and move.
Question.
Yep.
You're saying these spikes, these porcupine spikes, they're for melee. So do they go? Do we have to be in the same hex, or is it enough if we are 1 hex away, or would it even go 2 hexes?
It's a ramming weapon. You have to be in the same hex.
Have I been informed yet?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Okay. The person that comes in and informs me, I say back to him, what's Braxon, first officer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please pass a message to the first officer to avoid the spines at all cost, and I'll be up there just as soon as I can, and then I'll put on my coat and hat and head up to the bridge.
Okay.
So should we that we are always at least 1 hex at 1 hex distance?
I'm getting the ship turned again.
So you're
Turning again.
going this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Wait.
Why?
To
Braxon?
give
you can
time for
backwards
everyone to get on deck. We've
But
got
they
a
will
turret,
be on-
so we can
Braxon,
fire in all directions.
they will be on
Yeah.
deck by the time we're here. Even if we go straight towards them, that's why we did the exercise before. It doesn't matter where you move. Everybody will be on deck long before we meet the others.
Well, no, he's on about as it's trying to catch up with us, we can still shoot at it.
Yeah.
Yes, but everybody will be on deck long before we are even in shooting range.
Yeah, but being on deck is irrelevant.
If it's chasing us, it can't ram us.
Braxon just said that he wants to give everybody time to come upstairs and be on deck. So
There's also if it's chasing.
we can actually go straight towards them, and everybody will be on deck, and we can be and everybody can stand where they have to be able to shoot by the time we can actually shoot. We don't need to go away. We can go straight towards them, unless you want to run away, in which case, yes, okay, let's go away.
Well, if we go towards it
problem-
and it gets in the same hex as us, it can ram us, and it might have exploding mines.
Yeah,
If we
but
get it to chase us, we can shoot
Hey,
it.
we are 10 hexes apart from each other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we
do you want to start running away now? Then we just run around the map and nobody is getting anything done.
We're not trying to run away. It's never going to be within range if it moves at the same speed as us. That means we can attack it without it being able to attack us back.
Well, no, we need it to be.
Can you show us at what range we can attack?
6 hexes.
6 hexes.
Yeah.
So
we're currently outside weapon range.
And you don't know exactly what weapons it has right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. It has other weapons other than the frickin' ramming. It'd be stupid if it only had ramming weapons.
We don't know, but we can get everyone on deck. Higgimus can assess the situation, and then we can make a decision about what we're going to do. We can swing round and have a go at it, or whatever we want to do.
Okay. So you turned the 2 hexes, or did you move 1 turn?
I moved 1 and turned.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll initiative.
Right, let's see if I get
21 again.
21. 16. That's a bit
you're
better.
faster this time.
Yeah, Braxon's starting to wake up now.
No, you've just heard the horrible stories from Higgimus. Just how.
If you
everything-
keep on, if you,
Yep, go ahead and move.
okay.
Okay, so.
Let me know when I get to the deck.
You're up on deck now.
I'm up on deck.
Yeah, along with all the crew and Lafdul.
Okay,
Situation, Braxon.
Braxton's going to point at the porcupine, goblin porcupine. Moved in on an intercept course. I've spun round as per the order your runner sent to me, and we've got it on our tail. If and when you're ready, we could drop speed and take some pot shots at it.
Pull up my spyglass, kind of look at the ship.
Okay, you can see that there are goblins climbing about amongst the spines.
Can I get a rough estimate?
Well, no, I mean, you can't see inside the ship, so
You said goblins climbing about, so...
Yeah, well, there are some external ladders and ports and everything like that. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Pass.
Okay. You can easily see that there is a ballista on the top of it. It's not turreted as far as you can tell, but you're not exactly sure what range of fire it has beyond that. You think it's a medium ballista, and you think that there's something in its mouth, in the mouth of the porcupine.
Okay.
Some sort of weapon.
Excellent. All right.
Which way is the ballista facing then? If you...
Well, right now they're facing towards you.
yeah,
I'll say
it's a
it appears that
forward-facing ballista. Okay.
I'll say that it appears that they have a ballista and something else in its mouth. Good job keeping us away from it, though. Those spines are nasty.
Okay, I relinquish the con.
All right, so Ald, we need to get to the other side of this thing, right? We're heading to the other side, or is that where we're trying to go?
I believe.
Yes, that's the direction that you were traveling in.
Okay. So if we get past this thing on the other side of it, we can escape it, basically.
Yeah, but keep in mind that it can move at the same speed you are.
Yeah.
We literally cannot outrun it.
I recommend. Well,
All right,
it's up
let
to
me
you,
put it this
Higgimus,
way.
but we might want to.
You need to be 20 hexes away in order to get to spelljamming speed.
Yeah.
You
All
already
right.
moved one hex, so you can only turn at this point.
Yeah. We're not going to be able to get away from this thing because it's moving as fast as us. So we're not going to be able to accelerate to spelljammer speed. So either we change direction again and see if it matches our direction, or we drop speed and start taking pot shots at it. We need to be within 6 hexes to start taking shots. But if we're clever, we could drop to exactly 6 hexes and then just keep shooting at them.
Well, they could possibly shoot at us at 6 hexes if we can shoot at them with 6 hexes. If they have a ballista as well.
That's true. But if we're off to one side...
But unlike ours, if Higgimus says it's right, it's not turreted, we can probably try to skirt around the side of it to not be in range of the ballista.
That's
and
correct.
possibly whatever in its mouth.
The ballista was forward-facing, right?
Well, it was up on top,
It was up on top.
and it was. I mean, it's aiming at you right now.
But it wasn't on a turret, you said.
No.
The thing that's in the front is going to be a front-facing weapon for definite.
If I remember correctly, the ballista can shoot both starboard and port as well, though, without a turret.
Yeah, that's how ours was. when
It's
we
an
first
aggressive ship, so it's going to be everything front facing, within reason.
got it. Yeah.
So our best bet is to probably go around the side, possibly get hit with the ballista, but be able to not get hit from whatever in the mouth. Because
I don't know if we can ever get behind it constantly, because it can always match us.
Yeah.
well,
how
no,
many?
that's why I was saying keeping to its port or not its port or starboard side.
What we've got with it,
Side of
with it-
the front.
what we've got with it matching our speed, is that we can hold it off at this distance indefinitely, but once we get closer to it, we won't be able to pull away. So
Yep.